Kyle, here we are just looking back briefly first on Accrington Stanley. What a comeback that was. How did that feel to be involved in it, and what do you think that meant the result?
I think for us it was massive. Obviously we've had sort of the week leading up to that where we've had a couple of bad performances away from home, and I think even fans and spectators from the outside would have probably thought 2-0, here we go again. We haven't lived obviously up to expectations of how we can play, but something just clicked in the second half, and I think us as a team, once we got that first goal, there was a massive belief, and we just delivered what we know we can do. And I think, like I said, that should be a turning point for ourselves, that we've just got to believe in what we do, what the gaffer coaches us, and the quality that we have in the squad, it obviously should take care of itself, and I think second half it really showed that. And I think obviously I said it on Twitter, but it was a massive credit to the fans as well. They stuck by us even 2-0 down, and once we got that third goal, they were massive. And even sort of the last 5 or 10 minutes, we were under a lot of pressure, balls coming into the box, and we really had to defend that box, and you could just hear the crowd throughout. But yeah, I think that should be a turning point for ourselves and take a lot of belief into away from home now.
So that last half an hour, you're almost like an unstoppable force, really, weren't you? Was that just a confidence factor, or was, as you say, you sort of showed what you can be all about as a collective team, obviously helped by the supporters as well? Yeah,
I think you've just seen the tempo increase, the way in which we play, everything that we work on in training and what the gaffer obviously implementing into our style, we've done that. And like I say, first half wasn't acceptable, we didn't do any of them things, and we've just now got to focus on when we go away from home, because like I say, our home form's brilliant. We've just got to take what we actually finished that game and sort of the last 35 minutes of that second half into starting a game like that and delivering it for the whole 90 minutes. And with the quality that we've got in the dressing room, we should be able to secure the 3 points.
Yeah, just 3 points, that's all it is. In some ways it felt more than that, but if you could bottle that feeling at the end with the celebration with the fans and the sort of euphoria amongst the players, that would take you a long way, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely immense, because like I touched on there, 2-0 down, you're probably thinking, oh, here we go, like it's going to be another Cheltenham Forest Green, and we just sort of looked round at each other and just give each other that lift that we needed and that belief. And soon as that first goal went in, as you just said before, we just sort of looked unstoppable, and we just got to obviously take that into sort of the next games now and finish games. How we finish that game, we've just got to start that and do it for the whole 90 minutes.
His feet back on the ground now, starting again against Burton Albion here on Tuesday night, where you've been so good. So hopefully just stay on a roll and do the business here again.
Yeah, we've just got to take each game as it comes. Obviously you want to build on that, especially in this league. You want to be putting them big win streaks together and sort of keep climbing up that league. So yeah, we're obviously going to, we've worked hard today, obviously touched on a few tactical things and stuff like that, and we're going to be going into the game fresh and obviously really confident after sort of the performance in the second half on Saturday.
But equally, you'll know Burton away was a tricky one last year. I know it's a different story here, but they've had a little revival, so I know you'll take nothing for granted.
Yeah, I think obviously the managers went in there and he's given them that lift that probably they needed. So we know it's going to be a really tough game, but as I've said, we just need to focus on ourselves, deliver what we know we can deliver, especially at home, and hopefully it takes care of business.
And you've got yourselves back into the top six. Do you feel that's important, just to be in and around it? A hell of a long way to go, but just to be in that position.
Yeah, I think with League One, it's obviously it's a marathon, not a sprint. You see many teams in the league each year, they'll be quiet all the way through, and then they'll put that sort of little streak together towards the end. But I think our main focus is obviously to be up there for as long as we can during this year. We know what our target is, obviously. Everybody knows that. So us as a group, our standards are really high. We drive each other every single day to be the best that we can, and we'll continue doing that. But I think definitely staying in this zone now, that's where we want to be for the remainder of the year.
And your own form, Kyle, you've had 1 or 2 injuries this season, but certainly looked to be back to your best on Saturday at Accrington. How do you feel things are going, and what have you got to do?
Yeah, physically I feel fit. Obviously it was unfortunate to sort of pick up the injury in the way I did against Cheltenham. Obviously it was just unlucky to sort of get knocked off the pitch and land on the concrete, but I've recovered from that. I felt sharp on Saturday, and I'm ready to go Tuesday if selected.